We had quite some reaction yesterday to an interview I did with Sam Uffindell about a deal, well, a rotten deal, it would seem to me, just at first glance, that has been done between a Christchurch property developer and the Tauranga Council, City Council. They have sold a tranche of waterfront land, or a waterfront precinct next to, I think I get geographically confused, next to the bridge, one end of their bridge, their big bridge. As laid out by Sam Uffindell yesterday, the land has been, or the area was discounted by $15 to $20 million. And the deal involves the vendor, who didn't put the deal to open tender, the council, paying $25 to $30 million to build a wharf for the people who've bought it at what was already a $15 to $20 million discount. It seems remarkable, and I said we'd try and get hold of Mahé Drysdale, the Mayor of Tauranga, to see what on earth is going on, and he joins us on the line now. Mahé, welcome, nice to have you back.
Good morning, Sean.
Look, on the face of it, this deal, I'm sorry, and I'm going to use the word, just sucks, doesn't it?
Look, I'm not supportive of the terms that were negotiated, and I don't apologise for running a critical eye over it. I can tell you that the current council would not be signing off on the deal at the current terms.
Well, it raises some serious questions. My understanding the land wasn't up for sale. This wasn't.
Yeah, look, I'll give you some context. Look, it was costing the council around about $1.5 million a year to run it. They'd bought it for a reason, and it never really achieved what it was bought for. And as part of that, it has been sold as a strategic disposal, which limits the developer and the uses that he can use it for, and that is around providing a service for the marine industry. So that's just a little bit of context. I'm not defending the deal. It's just that is the context that it was sold.
Why
for.
Are you having to build him a marina?
Good question. And again, I don't think that's the job of the council, but that was the terms that we inherited. And I guess if it all comes off, it will be good for Tauranga.
This was signed off. Mr. Drysdale, by, I understand, your current chief executive.
Well, it was signed off by the commissioners. A deal this size has to go through governance, but in saying that, if it comes off for Tauranga, it'll be a great asset. Whether we should be investing as a council into wharves is something I don't think should be a risk to the ratepayer, and that's where we are. But we've got.
There's
to work
no
now
risk
with the
here. You're getting done up front.
Well, we have been, but now
$1 million a year. You could have not done this deal and financed the loss of $1 million for the next 20 years.
What's that? Sorry.
You say you were losing $1 million a year on it, right?
Yeah, 1.5. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you've lost about $40 million, and the fact that you're going to have to pay for the new wharf, and you've undervalued the sale of the asset by $20 million. That would have sustained those losses for 20 years at least.
Yeah, just the valuation's it sold about $10 million under the valuation.
Yeah.
We've got to. Well, that's what I'm saying. We want to limit what it costs to build those wharves, so that it doesn't cost $30 million. The deal is it's up to $29 million is the commitment to council, and that's where we've got to work with the developer to get the best outcome.
How did the developer get the deal? How was he chosen? Because it was closed tender.
Yeah,
Who picked him as the lucky winner of the property lottery?
Yeah, look, it is. It does. It doesn't look great, and as I say, it wouldn't be a similar decision by the
No.
council.
If it doesn't look great, can we look into it further? Because I'm sorry, with this amount of money involved, I think a lot of people will be questioning. It's possible someone took a backhander or a bribe, and I'm not accusing anyone of a crime. But you say, it doesn't look good. Well, because it's not good.
Yeah, look, as I say, there's context to it. They're also
Well,
trying
give
to
me the
fund
context. Where you go?
Manawa Papa, and again, we've changed the way we look at it because it had a debt of 30 million. They were going to basically.
How
put
did
that
the
$14
Christchurch
million.
developer get offered the deal?
Well, he was. My understanding is they approached the commissioners, and the commissioners saw a way to get out, and that's the decision they made. But look, I'm not here to defend the decisions they made.
Well, I'm sorry, that's not quite good enough. How did they approach? How did they know to approach the commissioners? How did they even know the land was even up for sale? Did they personally know the commissioners or the chief executive? Was there a prior business relationship involved? I think these are relevant questions that the people of Tauranga, the ratepayers, deserve an answer to.
Yeah, look, both. There's two developers, Sam and Rupert, and both of them have strong ties to Tauranga. So it's.
Are they mates of yours?
Sure
You're using first name basis. Do you know them?
I've met them through this process because we've obviously.
Through the process. Okay.
Yeah.
Did they know your chief executive or your commissioners before this process?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Would you like to be aware of that? Whether or not... because I'm sorry, and I'm not casting nasturtiums here, I'm just saying you'd want to make sure that no skullduggery has gone on, wouldn't you?
Yeah, look, I guess with the context of it, I'm confident there's no skullduggery has gone on.
Okay.
However, it's something that, as I say, I can see the reasons that they went along the way they did. I don't agree with that, but that's for different people make different decisions, and I can tell you that the current council would not support a deal like this.
All right, Mahé. Look, and I haven't got time to get into your council building thing, which people have just been. My inbox has been flooded with people telling me how rotten that deal is, but we'll save that for another day.
All right, no, good to talk, Sean, and always happy to discuss things.
Cheers, mate. Mahé Drysdale, the Mayor of Tauranga, good on him for fronting. And I want to point this out. We rang him yesterday, he said, I'm on today. And that is accountability. That is good accountability. Thank you very much indeed for that. Mahé Drysdale, the Mayor of Tauranga, was that an adequate explanation for you? It all seemed a little, we didn't like it, but then there we go. Well, that's what we've got.